2021. We left Grays Harbor, started out anyway, at 4 a.m. this morning in the dark, and our buddy boat Jungle had an issue with their nav lights and things like that, so we had to circle and circle and circle until they got that all figured out. And I was getting ready to throw lines back out. We were going to catch another dock that was close to them when they had everything figured out, said they're good to go. So I hauled stuff back in and we started out. And of course, as you can see, if you look through the strata glass with all this humidity, this is what you see. We open it up, this is what you see. So our middle window actually opens up and snaps up here. But needless to say, Rick was a little anxious, I was a little anxious, right?
I don't like leaving in the dark.
What was that?
I don't like leaving in the dark. I don't like arriving in the dark in places that I'm not familiar with. And Grays Harbor is not an easy entrance. It's there's a long, wide opening to get in there that makes a turn and goes around. I mean, it's just it's kind of confusing if you've never been there before. So we did finally get out and took our time, went slow. Crab pots again everywhere, so when you're in the dark you can't see the crab pots. So eventually we left thinking that by the time we got out the sun would be up and we could see, and it was shortly after that, so it worked out fairly well. But, yeah, it was hectic.
Oh, we didn't get out at 4 a.m. like
No, it was about 4:40 whenever we finally got underway. So we lost about 40 minutes, and then the rudder wasn't responding to this, and I thought we'd lost our rudder. Checked the cables and everything was working. We got a light and looked at the rudder off the stern, and had Judy turn the wheel, and I could see that it was turning. So for some reason, my perception was that when I turned the helm, the boat wasn't responding. So maybe my perception was off.
And I think it was the fact that we had so much kelp in there.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're ever in Westport on float 21, do not stay in QQ. All the stuff that comes in, there's two entrances, the first entrance and the second. And the second entrance, on a low tide, there was an incredible amount of debris and kelp, and it was thick. It was about a foot thick, and every time we started the engine, it would suck all of this grass up in there. And I had to go out and clean around the boat before I started the engine this morning. I still had to go turn the engine off and clean the strainer. So QQ is definitely a don't go to.
So all of their slips are alphabetical and double the alphabet. So AA, BB,
Yeah.
CC. Now Jungle, our buddy boat, was in V as in Victor, Victor. We were in Q, Queen, Queen. Not a good place to be. Victor, Victor slip seemed to be doing pretty good. Didn't have much around
it was just those two there. There's two slips there. I think it's P and Q, PP and QQ seem to be where all that debris comes, right in that second entrance and right into those two slips, and it was horrible. So I definitely would not be doing that. Uh-oh, I heard a clank. Door opened up again.
And it was locked.
Okay, so anyway, we got to go attend to pots and pans later.
Hopefully you can see up front there, just off our port bow Jungle, our buddy boat, just a bobbing and a weaving. kind of gives you the idea what we're doing as well. But it's a little after 8 a.m. The sun's came up finally over here, drying up our windows so we can finally see at least to the port side. Still got a lot of condensation out there on the starboard side, obviously. But just a look, got another boat out there. We didn't have a terrible amount of crab pots. We had a few, and we came out of Westport with a fishing vessel beside us. But otherwise, it's been pretty bare of other boats out here for a while. So it's kind of been the way it's been since we left. Excuse me, Port Angeles, just not many boats at all out here. Kind of giving you an idea. And this is much better than what we had 2 days ago. At least we get a break every now and then. And then we rock and roll, but the other day there was no breaks in it. We're doing about averaging about 7 knots, and actually have about, whoops, sorry, 8 knots of wind, give or take. Yeah, maybe not even that. Maybe 6. Yeah, probably 6. So it says we still have about 11 hours to go, or 65 miles. So, and that's if we can maintain our current speed. So we'll see how it goes. But just wanted to give you a look. Sorry about the VHF in the background, but that's the life. That's what you hear.
So we just passed the actual opening to the Columbia River. We're about 30 miles out, and still, look at this. We're in like, I don't know, over 400 fathoms deep of water, and it still looks like a washing machine out here. And we had asked a fisherman if it would be smoother, you know, if we went out further, and they said not necessarily. It's safer to stay around that 3-mile range. So we were thinking that you know, coming across the Columbia River bar, it might be better if we were a little further out. So we did a little test to see if coming out to 30 plus miles would even things out. It did not. So we've angled back in towards Tillamook and cut some of this distance down between here and there. So anyway, yeah, sorry for that. So anyway, we are making our headway down there. I guess we still got, according to this, about 7 hours, and that's not accurate because we're not on our route, at least not on my route. We're following Jim's route, and so I'm following him. Anyway, that's all for right now. More later.
Alright, it's about 2 in the afternoon. a little after 2 in the afternoon on the 24th of August, 2021. And we're just out here rolling around. Seas really have calmed down compared to what we had earlier, even though it's still a little on the rough side. The east is coming on our stern and helping that way. But definitely thought I'd give you a look at what some of it's doing. We have about 4 hours and 12 minutes, give or take, to go 31.6 nautical miles at our present speed, which has been averaging 7.5 knots. So we've been out here since about 4:30 this morning, 4:45, something like that. So this is definitely calmer than what we started out with. And we're hoping it gets a little bit calmer yet as we get to and towards Garibaldi, and that is located in Oregon. Well, I tried to get this up and running in time to see the humpback whale as he come up with his tail clear out of the water, but he's gone under and I haven't seen him again, so we'll just kind of keep scanning this. I was just thinking to myself, dang it, we haven't had any whales out here. And I go down below for a couple minutes and we get a call from our buddy boat that we have whales off our starboard. It was his starboard and ours. So now I think they've gone wayward. Dang it. I'll still try to get more for you though. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Which way is he going?
Just right at us. He was coming right at us.
Well, maybe he went under us.
He may have.
Look on the starboard side. Anybody want to go surfing? Well, we saw another one, but we can't get him to stay up long enough and come up often enough.
Good sighting.
Well, at least they're a little more active here. There you go. There's a good wave for you. Oop. Gotta hang on here a little bit. Up we go, and then now down we'll go. Well, more next time. Okay guys, been a long day again, but we are anchored, not very comfortably in, what is this called?
It's Tillamook Bay.
Just Tillamook Bay. There was a crab
Right
bay or
outside
crab something. It's
of
just, this is just outside the marina here in Tillamook, Oregon. But what you can see that I'm showing you here is very, very shallow. We ended up anchoring in 14 feet of water. Over here's the marina. And our buddy boat went in. Usually they have room on the guest dock, but there was no room at the ends tonight for us. So we're both gonna try to stay put and get some rest, even though we're gonna have to really watch the anchors. So just wanted to give you a look tonight. The sun's going down just in time for us to get here. It is 7:55, so 2 hours later than we wanted to be here, but I'm telling you, this is not a place to anchor in. If you don't have to, don't. Very, very shallow everywhere you go. Come through across the bar, through the channel, limited space. Coast Guard said to do it between buoys 6 and 10, and that still is very tight. The two of us couldn't find enough space to anchor. So we came down here to check out the marina. Marina didn't have space, so we are outside of the marina. Hopefully going to be able to do our thing. So anyway, it is time, absolutely time, to try to regroup this boat after all of the rocking and rolling. And get a bite to eat, get a shower, and try to get a good night's rest. So, I hope you all have enjoyed some of this video, because it's been nerve-wracking, let me tell you. Definitely nerve-wracking, right?
I would say that is an affirmative.
And I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Oh, I think that's a wrap.
Wrap it up.